So Pastor Kareem was just crazy.
Yeah, no, Pastor Kareem was definitely a good dude, like a genuine, loving person that wouldn't judge you for like your background or whatever you had going on before you met him. He was like more of a guy that would come stoop to your level and like try to understand why and what's going on and stuff like that. He wouldn't just like stick his nose up and because he's righteous or whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because it's a lot of that goes on and you could see. But he was just definitely somebody that I felt I could relate to as a spiritual leader. Like just.
What was that time like for you? Like being around him. Like, what did you learn from Kareem that helped you to this day?
I would just say it was like a cleansing for me.
Like how?
Like, I was around a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of stuff was going on, you know?
Right.
I mean, just a lot of stuff, period. And my time in Chicago is like, I don't know anybody in Chicago. So, like, I mean, I do now, but at the time, I didn't know anybody in Chicago. So, I'm just like, I'm out there not surrounded by anything that, like, can influence me or I'm not saying that I let people influence me and influence my choices, but out there it was more of hyperbolic time chamber type thing to where it's like, all right, all my distractions are gone and now I gotta focus on what I'm really trying to do.
Right.
So
I remember that day, I remember 2 days when you rode that bus to the city. Yeah. At the time, probably was mad.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like no hard feelings.
Right.
It was just like, I gotta hustle too.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that experience I think helped you though.
Build independence. You know what I mean?
Like that's what I think. Like I don't know what it taught you personally, but just outside looking in, it taught you a sense of like
definitely an experience. Like hopping on the buses, hopping on the trains. Being from Youngstown, you don't get trains that you're riding around through the city. I mean, you got buses, but still, it's just like, nah, I never rode a train before, so then doing that, and then going every day back and forth from set, like, it was definitely an experience, like, even like, and it'd be crazy, like, I got set at 10 a.m., but the only way I'm gonna get there on time is if I hop on the bus at 5:45.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I can get downtown to before like when the train started moving, hopping on the train and getting to where I gotta go, like that. I mean, something that's so crazy to me is like me being when I was these kids, like I'll be on a train by myself going wherever I'm going, and it's like these kids like 7 to 13, like on these trains with like all these people by themselves, like on the whole other side of the town, like not even by their home, and they know how to get home and stuff. And like that's like an eye opener, like that like expands your mind literally, like and a lot of people would never understand it or be too scared to ride on a train or just like just won't even understand that type of grind because you know they just never put themselves in a position to go there.
Okay, so you go on a bus. I remember that was a pivotal moment. Another pivotal moment is that day you asked me to take you to Walmart, and I didn't take you. And you called, somebody, and you made that phone call, and I was like, all right, it was a pivotal moment for me.
He didn't call me. I ain't called him.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The phone call was exchanged, and I'm like, all right, this dude know that I'm not like that.
Yeah.
I'll be tired.
Yeah.
These will be trying to just chill. Yeah. I ain't on that. You know what I mean? Sometimes. Yeah. But I went to Starbucks and I listened to your boy Kanye's whole album. That day. Yeah. The whole from College Dropout, that first album to the end. Yeah. And that song Last Call. I always think about that day. When I hear Last Call, I think about that day. Yeah. I was in Starbucks in Homewood. And that's like down the street from Kareem's. But I think about that day and that moment. Like every time I think about that moment that happened, I was like, all right, I remember that day. It was like a fall type day.
Right.
It wasn't this late in the year. It was like October, September, and
still cold out there.
it was cold, Windy City,
Yeah.
and I remember like just experiencing that. But that got me better in a way. Like I had to learn how to like control emotions. I had to learn how to like build a team. I had to learn how to like figure out weakness and strengths.
Right.
I didn't really know about that then. Now I do. Like you have to like be around someone, understand their needs and what someone's needs and wants, and sometimes you got to sacrifice a little bit here and there.
Right.
But that day taught me a lot too. That was part of your life. But I know you remember that day, so.
For sure.
So we go through that, and your music is on hold, kind of.
Yeah,
I remember you was like itching.
Yeah.
What like?
Get in there.
What was like? What were you trying to like do to get better? Even though you weren't doing music, how'd you try to get better?
Man, at that time, I was more into like gaining experience to have something to talk about, I guess.
Right.
So that was just it. Like I wasn't really. I'm never in a rush to make music.
Right.
Because you can't rush time. You can't rush the process. Joel would be.
Right.
But regardless, you just can't. So when I was out there, I was hyperbolic focusing.
Right.
Like it was just more. Let me figure this game out.
Right.
I gotta figure stuff out. Like I don't need to be making music right now. Like that'll come, and that's easy for me.
Right.
So like I just gotta figure the game out. So I mean that's just what that time spent.
Right.
Or that time spent created like Tunnel Vision 1.
Right.
The first one that's like in the cut, luxurious, believe.
Yeah.
What else was on there?
Those are songs. One of my favorite songs, though.
Which one?
All of them. I listen to them all the time.
Yeah. No, believe was that was like another track. Like me and my guy James Hart, we made a couple tracks at his crib when we were like traveling back and forth from Chicago, and we made what was it one called? I think it was called Mine for Real.
Okay.
And a lot of people love that song, and it didn't like make the cut or whatever. But it was like it was a great song. So, I mean, if you heard it, you heard it, you know.
Right,
so,
right.
But then we also made that Believe joint, and I mean, he wasn't on it, but he was an influence for that song for sure. And then Luxurious, man, shout out to A1 Beats. He had that beat, man. He told me I was just going through his computer for real, just listening to beats, and he was like, "Yeah, man, grab whatever you want." And that Luxurious, or the beat was called Luxury, and it just like stood out to me so tough. So it's just like, yeah, and it turned to Luxurious and turned to a brand and all of that good stuff.
So I remember I asked you like, do you want to make shirts? Because I've been making shirts for like some time before.
Right.
You like you was moving with me.
Yeah.
Like I know you wasn't on it at first. You was.
It was a teeter-totter type thing.
You was on it and you wasn't.
Yeah.
But I remember like I was like, man, I gotta invest in my voice, let him see like it's a bigger side.
See the possibilities of it.
Yeah, like
for myself.
Yeah.
Instead of like seeing it just
through me,
watching you do it.
Yeah, it's different when you have ownership,
right?
And when you just like on the stands looking,
right?
Even though you wasn't, but still.
No,
so when you made that first shirt, like what was that? Like when you seen someone else like wear your shirt, and they was like, "Oh man, this is Larry's stuff," but I feel like I'm part of that being luxurious.
Right.
What'd you feel like?
I mean, I was just proud, man. I was just proud that like to see people's feedback, to see people like actually engaging in what I was doing.
Right.
Because like sometimes like people will feel like you're putting in a lot of work for no reason.
Right.
So to see people like come to me, want to hear my music, want to figure out how to download my music, and want to figure out how they can get my gear and all of that stuff, it was just definitely like uplifting. Definitely uplifting.
And like I see a lot of people wearing that stuff. We go, to the Arnold and people wearing it.
I was gonna bring that up too. That was like, all right. So the people that would buy my stuff before, it was like, all right, like they might just support me because I'm me and they mess with me. And
right.
Like, they're just cool with me, so they gonna just support. And so that's how I'm just thinking about it. Like maybe they don't like it, but they still like want to just show love because they love me.
Right.
So then, like you said, we went to the Arnold, and my shirt's up on the wall. It's the only luxurious shirt I have on the wall, you know. And I mean, it's mainly like the diesel gear and all of that stuff. And like I said, that luxurious was sitting on the wall, and it wasn't even the first day. It was like the third day. We was there 3 days, right?
Yeah, second and third day.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it was the second or third day. And this random guy, ironically, if you guys don't know, the Arnold Classic is held in Columbus, Ohio. And, but ironically, this dude's from Canfield, Ohio.
Right.
And so, I mean, if you're from here, you know Austintown, Canfield, Boardman, Youngstown, all that.
Right.
So dude's from Canfield, and I don't know him. Like, I'm not like following him on any social media. I never met the dude. Like, I think he's like way younger than me.
Right.
I think his name was Sal for real. But yeah, I really didn't know the dude, and he's just like, hey man, I want that luxurious shirt. And I'm like, word. You know what I mean? Like, hold on, like, and I'm just a rapper, you know what I mean? Like, we had a bodybuilding convention. So like, for somebody that's not even in my lane, so-called, like, for him to like what I created and want to wear it, that was just like that was a moment where I was just like, oh, okay, so now if I just threw this shirt in H&M or whatever, somebody gonna see it and like it, you know?
Always.
Yeah.
Always. So I think that season when we went to that trip in Tennessee, earlier, it was a year before actually, and
talking about Bristol?
No, not that one.
Talking about Knoxville.
Yeah, we went down there, and I didn't know the acting lines, but I remembered it that same day.
Right.
I know you was like, this cat is crazy.
Yeah, nah.
We just drove all the way down there from Youngstown to set, and we left middle of the night to go to Tennessee. Yeah. And like, I didn't even know I had like those big lines, and I had them. Right. And like, you ended up getting thrown in, like you got your scene in there and all that.
Yeah, right.
I think that was a good moment for us because like, that was on your way to like seeing that's how acting worked. We traveled, they paid for everything, and I just felt like that was an important part too, because that's the trip I call heavy in the game.
Right.
The introduction of heavy in the game to like we was just at the beginning of it. Now we kind of like,
and then it was like, all right, now we like actually in this mug swimming.
Yeah.
Like, what's up?
And now like right now this time we at the end of it, coming to a new phase coming soon. I don't know what it is.
Right.
I just see something big.
That's it.
And what was your mindset then that you wish you would have had, like, or you wish you would have did differently
at that time?
At that time,
we was in Tennessee.
Yeah, like around that time period.
Maybe been more on it, like, cause like I was getting like gear sales or merch sales, and I was like selling music and stuff, but I could have just went harder. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly, I didn't have any shirts down there. I had the brand, but I didn't have any like of my shirts in the trunk to go take these cats to go like, oh, you like my gear? All right, bet. Let's go. I wasn't there yet. Right. So I mean, I wish that I would have just been more on it at that point in time.
Right. So we go from doing all that, like earlier this year we was traveling, going to Syracuse. Remember, that was a nice trip. Yeah. Syracuse, and what was the other trip? We went to North Carolina. That was a good trip. And the year before we went to Bristol, Tennessee. Yeah. And I felt like that trip was like a good one where like I had to learn how to elevate a team. Like I had to tell you like how it was, like, bro, we're gonna turn up when we go home.
In that one.
Yeah. I felt like that really like took us into the new year of 2018. Right. And then come around here, that trip to Toledo. Yeah. I know you never get that car ride, but I felt that day though was like I knew like you was about to go this way. Like not bad, but I knew it was going this way, and I was going this way. Right. But not like bad or nothing like that.
No, I get what you're saying.
But like you had to go figure some stuff out, go on your journey that way, and how to go on my journey. But I felt like that trip right there, you knew that a real leader is gonna tell you how it is. I had to. Like, even if you did go that way, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still got to tell you, like, this is what was wrong, what's not. Right. But I felt that moment right there was like, all right, dang. Larry, like, he felt that way too. I felt that way. Like, you had to go that way, I go this way.
Yeah.
And what was you going through during that time in your life? Like, if you can recall, like,
I was going through a situation where I was trying to like learn how to do it myself.
right,
Not that I don't want to do it with a team,
right,
but it's still, you still have to be able to get it yourself.
right,
Like, people will expect, like, all right, people will expect you to get on and just with a snap of a finger to be able to put them on.
right,
And it's like, nah, like, okay, all right, say I get a $20,000 endorsement or something.
right,
All right, cool. So you expect me to give you, I mean, if it's 20,000, I'm probably only gonna give you like what?
100?
Yeah, like, so, all right, what are you gonna take with that 100 though?
That's the
You
point.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So are you gonna take this 100 and you gonna go to the bar and drink it? Or are you gonna take this 100 and invest in your craft?
Right,
Or are you gonna take this 100 and go make it rain? Like,
right.
what are you gonna do? So like, you have to have the right mindset to even want to be in this,
Right,
because it's about building. It's not about like playing. Like, a lot of people just see the play and like that's what they want out of the situation, and it's just like, that's not gonna get you nowhere.
right,
Because then you get your first little rap check or acting check or whatever it is you do check, the
Right.
biggest check that you get, and you go just blow it on whatever, then you right back where you started for real. Like,
Yeah.
before you got that check, like before you got that big check, I'm sure you worked hard
to get it.
to get there. So you take that check and blow it, then you gotta probably work 2 times harder now because people are laughing at you now because you was done with what you were doing. You know what I mean?
Doing. Right. So you were going through that, and I gotta ask you this question about, I always ask these people this. I'm sure you saw it, and you know where it came from, and you know where I'm going. Would you rather? Question. So, would you rather make $50,000 a year? It's less stress or no stress, or would you rather make 500,000 stressful? But you know that 500,000 can get you to the next level, but it's a lot stressful though. Which one would you do, and why?
500,000. Because anything easy ain't worth it.
Right.
So you gotta stress. You have to go through pain. You have to go through bumps in the road. You have to. If you don't, it's not gonna be worth it. Like, it might be cool at that moment, but it's not gonna be worth it in the long run. So yeah, I'll take the 500,000 and just grind it out. Suffer as long as I have to until I get that, and then when I get that, it's elevate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would love to thank you for coming here today. Thank you for taking your time out to share with us your story. And I'm waiting for next season for you to come back so I can learn more about what happened.
Right.
And I really, appreciate you coming here. Giving your MUSETELL, and just tell them like how they can reach out to you.
All right. Well, y'all can get at me on Instagram at official Lemuel. That's like pretty much my main thing. I'm also on Snapchat, Lemuel.Larry. Spotify, Apple Music, and all that stuff. Just search Larry Lemuel. Tunnel Vision, TNLVSN, just like the hoodie spell. 2 1 is both on there. YouTube, search Larry Lemuel. You'll find me somewhere in there. Look up Built from the Rip is my latest music video I did. And then I also have like Good and Are You Ready? D&D Nice. So yeah, just search me on YouTube, search me on Spotify, Apple Music, and all that other stuff.
Look at what I'm driving at. Crazy and delirious. Namekian. Tripping off the trip to me. And then